they will go into the first game knowing everything they need to know for that game. I mean, that's my job. So, yeah, will it continue to grow and move forward as the season progresses? Absolutely. But I think one of the most important things to know about playing defense at this level of college football in the Big 12 is that your players better know what to do. It has to be ingrained in them. So you're not making a lot of week-to-week changes. You know, you're tweaking things, but the learning and the knowledge of defense and the fundamentals of the scheme, the players need to be able to teach me the defense. If they don't know it well enough to teach, then I haven't done my job. You know, everything happens at the speed of light at this level, right? I mean, it's extremely fast. So the system was built with the number one goal to be the fastest play calling defense in the country. So when you're fast, you can be multiple, but only if the players know. There is no time to think in defensive football at this level. And how many times do we all gnash our teeth and because defenses just give things up? You know, we see it because of the speed of the game, the spread offense, and that's an absolute travesty when that happens. You know, that's my job, is to make sure that we don't give anything up, but that we compete. May not win every play, but we need to be ready and compete on every play.
Jim, when you came here, one of your comments was, "I'm glad to be at a football school."
I don't know if I said that. Did I say that? I don't know. No, I don't think I said that. But okay, I'm not going to claim that comment.
Okay. Somebody misquoted you.
Misquoted. Right.
So you're coming from Duke to here. Is there more of a football school feel here? I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the fan base that is established here, and the winning tradition that is established here, and the bowl run, and everything that Coach Gundy has done to put Oklahoma State football on the map. I mean, I'm walking into that. You know, at Duke under Coach Cutcliffe, I mean, it was a startup. You know, so we were building everything. I mean, you know, it was 8 wins in 10 years before we got there. So, you know, this is much different. So, is it fun? Is it fun? Absolutely. Is it fun to be able to walk into a program that has won 10 games a year for the past 3 years, and that is already successful, and that has a culture? I think what a lot of people don't know that are around the country, because everyone knows the winning and the offense and the points and the excitement of Oklahoma State football. But what I learned quickly was the culture, you know, of being a Cowboy and what Coach Gundy has built. I mean, our players do the right things, you know. I'm not chasing players around to get them to be compliant. I mean, they understand what it's like and what it means to be a Cowboy. So that allows me to teach. Okay, that allows me to take a player from point A to point B. You know, the word coach comes from what? Carrying people, right? The stagecoach, carrying people from point A to point B, and that's what I'm trying to do as a coach, is carry a player from point A to point B. And the opportunity here at Oklahoma State is great because of all the support, all the fan base, the way that our players carry themselves in the community, the character and role model that Coach Gundy has provided for the program. You know, all of that allows for me to be to coach defensive football. You know, and defensive football, you live and die every play. So, we're coaching one play at a time. And you can do things because everything else is in place. You can do more. You can get more accomplished, absolutely.
In conjunction with that, and I know Coach Cutcliffe and the staff at Duke do a good job of procuring their players and recruiting. But from a talent standpoint, do you feel like there's a little more athleticism, maybe more talent to work with here?
I think that the recruiting base, right, the Oklahoma, Texas playing football, actually getting to, play spring football, actually getting to go out and see players play the sport, I think that has led to a tremendous amount of athletic skill, that we get at Oklahoma State, where it was much harder to get that at Duke.
How's the process been of you getting comfortable with the players over the spring and the summer, and then the players get comfortable with it? How's that process been?
It's been a great process. I mean, and I'm not just throwing that out, but if you coach football, you do it because you love the relationships, right? I mean, this is football is the greatest team game there is. So, I'm about to get into a submarine, with these guys. And we go down and nobody gets off you can't get off the sub, I mean, we're gonna live and die together every play. So you have got to build relationships and a trust, right? They need to know that I'm going to be consistent. They need to know that their mistakes are mine. Their mistakes are mine. You're never going to hear me complain about the tool, like a great carpenter doesn't complain about his tools. Or if something happens on that field, ultimately it's my responsibility to make sure that the guys knew what they were doing. I'm not going to say we're going to win every play. We're going to compete. But if they make a mistake, it's because I didn't do a good enough job of teaching them. The student hasn't learned until the teacher has taught, and you got to keep going. So they have to know that I'm going to be there every day, and I'm going to be teaching and teaching and teaching. And I think the way that we teach is different. I think I do everything I can to relate to them on their level. But that's, I love the scheme too. So I can't. I'm one of those guys who just continually draws things all over the board and every slip of paper and everywhere I go. But the relationships, coming into a new situation with not knowing a single guy and trying to learn everything you can about these guys. I mean, what a great job I have. I mean, that's fun, meeting people and trying to figure out how you can help them get to where they want to be. That's why I coach.
Mike Solis, he went over it with you and said he wanted to be here at Oklahoma State. And he said, I had to remind him, you sure this is a Big 12 conference? Offensive football has evolved everywhere, but it does seem to be at a different pace in the Big 12. How do you adapt to that?
Yeah, I'd say, one of the highest forms of insanity is to be a defense coordinator in the Big 12. That's been proven. There aren't young kids aren't standing there anymore telling that, Daddy, when I grow up, I want to be a defense coordinator in the Big 12. It's just not. It's not happening because it's a challenge. But if you choose this line of work, which I've done, then you want to compete at the highest level against the best at a place where the offensive trends are always going to be leading the country. I want to be able to put up, what I've learned, what I've trained to do against the best in the country, and you're gonna face that week to week here. So yes, I wanted to be here. Also because I know that we're always going to have great offense and we're always going to score a lot of points, and I'm always going to be able to play off of that. You know, so what a great opportunity for a defensive coordinator just to challenge yourself week to week, day to day, play to play. You know, in the Big 12, you better take it one play at a time. You know, it's defense is a right now proposition. Either you stop them on that play or you don't. You can't punt on defense. You can't say, "Hey, you take. I don't want to play anymore. You take it." You can't do that. You know, you play one play at a time, and you stop them on that play. And I know in the Big 12, every play is going to have you on the edge of your seat.
When you got here and got an up close look at your players on the defense, was the talent level about what you expected? A little better, a little worse?
Yeah, it was what I expected. You know, I was very pleased to see what we had in the defensive line. You know, that is always an area that, you know, where you're concerned, you know, about how you're going to be able to control the line of scrimmage, and that's where all of our veteran players are, and I think that gives us a starting point to be successful.